We are back. It has been a little bit of time since Jack and I have joined you guys. It's the Michigan Football Report. We are live, and we've had a pretty decent track record of these live commitments, Jack. I think we're like 4 or 5 or 5. Except the one that got away, which was at the national championship game about, 18 months ago. We were in Houston the day before, 2 days before the Natty, and Bryce Underwood committed to LSU, spurned Michigan. But 11 months later, 10 months later, he kind of flipped and ended up with the Wolverines. So hoping for a better initial output and outcome here for Savion Hiter, 5-star, #1 running back in the country. People are saying if Michigan gets him, they've got Bryce Underwood. Could this be the equivalent of having a Cam Newton and Adrian Peterson in the same backfield in 2026, 2027, maybe 2028, depending how Bryce Underwood's career shakes out, as he is expected to be the starting quarterback for Michigan when they open up the season next Saturday night at home against New Mexico. Let's get some Go Blues in the chat. I'll start giving some shout-outs. We're about 28 minutes away from Savion Hiter committing to ideally Michigan. We've got level 1 with a Go Blue. Blue Wolverine, my boy. What's going on, my man? Blue Wolverine, let's go. He says, Go Blue from Matthew K. I think you actually had a typo there, Matthew K. So shout out to you for the comment. Greg says a Michigan man. Bosa. John says Go Blue. Two Fly, Go Big Blue. Yoder is the man from Brian Hita. I love you, Brian. Appreciate you. Jack, I already see the top fans in there. We got a #1. We got a #2. We got #3. Should we tell the people what that is about? I'll give a few more. We got Brano 2 times saying Hiter. We've got Tim Elmer with a Go Blue. How long is this going to take? About 30 minutes, I expect, unless Hiter kind of decides to spread things out, shake things out. Sometimes they'll start, say, 11:15 Eastern, which is when we're expecting, about 26 and a half minutes, 27 minutes, I guess, from now. But a lot of times it's like the coach comes out, the assistant coach, the uncle, the brother comes out and gives a speech, and then the player shows up and gives a 5-minute speech himself. So we might still be an hour and a half away from this thing, Jack.
I remember the Underwood commitment was like, we were sitting there for like 45 minutes of listening to like this random coach say like how much he's proud of him. Like, we know how proud you are. Get to the point.
Yeah.
I do want to just say real quick though, this is our first live since Underwood, so this is our first live since
November of 2024, right?
The mini hammer dropped. I just want to say to all the people, because I am the one that replies to all of your guys' comments on a day-to-day basis, just FYI. Oh, it feels so good to be right. It feels so good to be right. I've been fighting with Ohio State fans for months now, saying, the hammer's coming, the hammer's coming. You got a little baby hammer the other day, so I hope you feel good. It's a great day to be a Michigan Wolverine, in my opinion.
It is a great day to be a Michigan Wolverine. I hope. We're going to find out here in about 30-ish minutes. Hopefully that is how long things take with Savion Hiter, #1 running back, the Adrian Peterson of the next generation. Now, he's not the #1 player in the country like Peterson was back in, 2004? But it was 2004, 2005, whatever it was. Was it 2007? I can't remember. Peterson was, 04? I think it was 04 that he was the #1 recruit in the country, went to Oklahoma, finished top 2, top 3 for the Heisman as a true freshman. And I believe 04, he lost it to not his teammate, but that was 03, Jason White. 04 was Matt Leinart, so lost to Matt Leinart, and never actually won the Heisman, but had a hell of a career, one of the great running backs of all time. That's who they are comparing Savion Hiter. Now, we think the name might need to change, especially with Michigan, hail to the victors, going to Germany next year, but we won't get into that. We'll wait for him to commit before we try and convince him to change his last name. Now, YouTube has a new feature that has come out since we have done our last live, and that is called Top Fans. Now, Jack, I've got glasses. I'm getting old, my age, I have to put these on to actually read those, unless you want to read them. So we got Tony Burke, we got Josh. Why don't you go ahead and read them, Jack? Those are too far away from me.
So we've got Tony Burke. We've got, actually, do I need to update this? Oh, I need to refresh it on my end. So we got Tony Burke, we've got Joshua Englert, and we've got Double B are currently our top 3 fans. But I can also scroll here and show you the top 10, show you the top 15. Basically what this is it just shows who the biggest fans of the show are. And the way you can earn XP throughout the day is commenting as much as you can. So just spam the chat a bunch, get the chat rate up, join all the other fans in the chat, and super chatting. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I've been working with top fans for a few weeks now on our other live shows and watch parties. Super chats, they bumped that XP up exponentially. So if you want to be the top fan on the day, if you want to show that you are the ultimate Michigan Wolverine fan, ultimate Michigan Football Report fan, just keep interacting. Chat, super chat, do all that. We also got a super chat menu, which we're going to get into as well.
I'm going to make a deal here, Jack. So whoever's the top fan, right now it's still Tony, right? Maybe refresh that one. We'll kind of go that. I have got two bags. I've got 2 bags right here. So look at these bad boys. From the national title game, Jack and I, my sister, a couple other people here at Chat Sports, went around and just collected them. National championship pom-poms, right? Whoever's the top fan today, I'm going to find out a way to get a hold of you. We'll probably just reply to a comment on your channel or have you DM us on Twitter, Instagram. Whoever's the top fan today, I'm going to send you 2 of these, one for you, one for a friend. We are letting anyone have one, but whoever's the top fan, we're going to send one out. So make sure we do that after today's show. Want to get the vibe of the crowd. We got some Michigan fans. We also have some Michigan haters in the live chat. So what are you guys feeling right now? Do we think Savion Hiter is going to choose Michigan? Give me a yes or a no down in the comments. Let's take a look at what people are thinking. We got Go Blue from Craig Tomlin. Keep the train rolling as these comments come in, as I am going to see where we are at on this commitment. No Hiter. He's not out there. He has nothing going on at school. We got a source at the school feeding us info. Checking that message right now. Hiter said also, Jack, that he may be having this on his Instagram. So if that's the case, we will have the video live of Hiter announcing here. So yes or no. We got 2 flies saying yes. John Johnson with a yes. Who else? Sonny says yes. And then Sam Anderson, Hiter to Michigan, as the great Bob Buford used to say on the Michigan radio broadcast. Thomas Elmer, our number 3 top fan, says you know it. We got a couple of yes from 2 flies. I think 2 fly, Mike, he's going to make a run for the top fan, as Hiter has announced his 4 finalists. Now, most people think it is going to be Michigan or Tennessee. That's why we have them there at the top. But you cannot ignore the recruiting prowess of Ohio State and Georgia under these current coaching staffs, and really in the modern recruiting era. These have been 2 of the top 5 recruiting programs up there with LSU and Alabama and a couple others. And over the last 6 or 7 years, really like 2017, 2018 forward, and as you got into the NIL era of the last 3 or 4 years, it's been it's been Ohio State, it's been Georgia, Alabama, Oregon will fluctuate in there, but really Ohio State, Georgia, and Alabama have been the top 3 schools at recruiting. It's pretty much every year. Those schools are 1, 2, 3 in some order with an occasional team that jumps up in there. So we'll see how this shakes out. Most people think it's Michigan, think it's Tennessee. I'm nervous about this one because usually there's like leaks at this point, right? We're 40 minutes away, 20 minutes away. There's some sort of leak. Someone feels super good, but we've been putting out feelers. We've been talking to our Tennessee guys, talking to people in Michigan. No one feels particularly great. I think Michigan maybe feels a little better than Tennessee, and Ohio State, Georgia a little bit back. So what is this, Jack, exactly? This is like on threes predictions from like their pundits?
Percentage chance, okay. I think. I mean, look, I think the feel around all of college football, based on what I've garnered talking to like our Tennessee host and just going on all the sites and looking at all this stuff, no one has a freaking idea what's going to happen. Apparently, a report came out that he's keeping it so close to his chest where he's going to go that he doesn't even probably fully know where he wants to go leading up into today. So I feel good about Michigan. I think Michigan getting in early on him and really like showing him the love is a good thing and probably gives them at least a little bit of an advantage. But I think it could go either way. Like the 24/7 Sports had their, like, I guess, their heat index. I don't even know. And they've got Tennessee and Michigan both as warmer. I don't think Georgia and Ohio State are in this, personally. I really do think it's a 2-team race because we haven't heard anything really on Georgia and Ohio State at all, as of late at least. Yeah. It's been Tennessee and Michigan, and that's it.
Will they jump in and make a last-minute NIL offer, make a last-minute, offer to playing time or something next year? As we are now 19 minutes or 20 minutes away from Savion Hiter's announcement, and it is a big day in the world of Michigan football. if you celebrate and recognize one Bryce Underwood. It's his 18th birthday. Now, the cutoff, people are like, how is he only turning 18? The cutoff in the state of Michigan is September 1st to go into kindergarten, and his parents decided, okay, it's okay if he's one of the younger ones in the class. So most parents, a lot of parents these days, especially if you have a top-level athlete, would say, okay, let's just have him be the older guy in the class. Let's have him turn 6, then go into kindergarten, not turn 6 like the week of first grade like he would have. So most college football players, most high school football players, you're 19 years old, you're 18 years old, you were starting your senior year of high school, not turning 19 as you were about to play your first college game in 11 days from now. So happy 18th birthday to number 19. So let's get some HBDs in the comments for Bryce Underwood, Michigan's 5-star quarterback, Michigan's #1 recruit from the 2025 class in the country, and potentially the first Michigan football player ever to win the Heisman Trophy. Could it happen? Could that be what's next up for this program if Chip Lindsey and this offense take a kind of another step up? Will it happen this year as a freshman? I don't know. We will see. Let's go through some what people are saying on Savion Hiter. I still think Michigan is in a strong position for Hiter, but nobody knows what he's going to do. Tennessee is certainly giving the 5-star a lot to think about. That is Steve Wilfong, the national recruiting guy from On3/Rivals/On3 Rivals, as they have rebranded. It continues, in speaking with sources, Michigan continues to feel good about where it sits going into Tuesday announcement, but Tennessee continues to recruit him and remains hopeful in landing him. Considering around, his family shut down his approach, and sources say it was because they didn't want the details of his recruitment, revenue sharing, NIL developments that were being reported out there to be continued. And some people blame the Michigan side. There was some reporting a few months ago that he got like a $600,000 or $700,000 deal, and that what he was requiring. Some people were blaming Michigan On3 recruiting reporters, not to mention any names, for doing that. And could that harm Michigan in some regards? Because where does that guy get that information from? He's talking to the coaching staff, and go from there. Shamari Earls, what was that quote, Jack? What's oh boy?
I gotta stop us because if you look at the chat right now, it's a bloodbath. It's a bloodbath.
We got Tennessee, our Tennessee channel, who are going live in about 2 minutes. Give me some Go Blues.
Just spam those Go Blues. Just spam those Go Blues.
Tennessee football talk. They're in the live chat. Spam the Go Blues. Please do not let this other channel. You don't want us to beat them, for Michigan for Hiter. Don't let them take over our live chat. As Hype Simeon said, a spam alert. Give me some Go Blues. Oh gosh,
they're still going. Come on,
still going.
We need to see more.
We need you guys. We need you guys to spam the Go Blues in the comments.
There's 522 people.
And 30 seconds. 522 people. We got to get going. What we got? Oh, there he is. We got Billy Beebe. BB,
everyone type boo!
Tell the people where you think Savion Hiter's going.
Let's shock everybody and get another Buckeye here. That's what I'm thinking. Shock
everybody
everyone.
Type
yeah,
boo.
well, wrong year there.
Make prediction.
I do think he's going Tennessee.
Okay.
I do think it's going to be Tennessee.
Yeah, sure.
Get those vibes out of here. Get those vibes out of here.
Likely.
Why don't you get some stilts, Shorty? Get out of here.
Likely story from the Ohio State fan. Yeah, going to Tennessee. Likely story from the Ohio State fan.
Oh, man, we got Ohio State host who's from our Cincinnati office down here doing a little training, doing a little work for the football season. Just landed. Jack comes in talking trash to our audience. I'm all of Michigan. I'm Go Blue.
Put him back on the plane.
I see Justin. I see Zach. I see Boss Dog, Thomas, Speed, Red Slayer, Deeg. We got Zach Jenkins, Big Mark, Greg, Thomas Elmer, Sammy Abdallah. Welcome back, Sammy. Level 1. We've got a few more. David Cox, Sky's the Limit, General Chrome. Who else? We got JC, Anthony Armstrong with a Go Blue. Brian Brzezowski, I hope I pronounced that, Junior, Go Blue. Greg, Rough Ride 2000, and Brandon S. Voles. Voles. Ooh, I don't like that one. So a lot more Go Blues. Let's take a look at who the top fans are, Jack. I want to see if this little spam has shook things up with who the top fans are on this show as we are awaiting Savion Hiter's commitment here momentarily. Let's take a look. Go ahead and read them off, Jack, as you push them over there.
Yeah, so David Cox has now taken the lead as the top fan. We've also got Tony Burke still in second. Mm-hmm. And then I want to get this name correct, so let me...
Oh. I actually found out how I can do it on my end, too, so I can see it on my close screen, not the far screen. So, good. Chase 54.
Chase 54, yeah.
Yeah, then we got Joshua Englert. We got Nelly Metcalf. Neely Metcalf. Is that one of the Metcalf brothers, Michigan's, the brothers that transfer from Arkansas. Is that a fan member? Might be. Thomas Elmer, Single Tender BB, Andrew Lar, and Mark Calloway and John Stoops round out the top 10. So keep the chatting going. Jack, we've got a super chat menu. I want to give a few away of these, right? I want to give a few away. These aren't, from somewhere else. These aren't, bought. We've got these. We loaded up bags of these. I've got maybe like 100 from the national title game. So if you want to send us a super chat, 5 questions, we put your question or your comment directly on the show within a few moments. $10, you will get a sticker on a new helmet. Just ordered some, so we're going to do more live shows coming up this season. So we'll put a sticker. You have the first sticker on our new helmet when we launch that on our live show next week. And then $20 Venmo. So you've got a Venmo for this one. If you could put my Venmo maybe across the bottom of the screen here in a minute if you get a chance, Jack. Venmo me $20 because reason for Venmo for this one is I got to get your address, and it's impossible to do through YouTube. So if you Venmo $20, I will reply, get your address in the comments, and we will send you a national championship authentic Michigan football pom-pom. You see it right there in the on the lower third there across the bottom of the screen, and I will put that in the live chat. Let's check there. So if you want a national championship pom-pom, been sitting on these for 18 months, haven't done a ton of content, and I apologize for that. But if you want one, go ahead and Venmo me $20, and I will get your address, and we will send one off. We've evolved a lot, Jack. Between I used to forget about sometimes how to to do some of these. We got a shipping department now. So they're going to take care of this for you guys.
Everyone was wondering, where'd you go, James?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd the Michigan Football Report go? Well, we've been upgrading. We've been hiring.
Yeah.
We've been expanding. We've been upgrading. We've been doing a lot, and it's all the fruits of the labor are starting to show now. So. Yeah. Let's go.
We got $2 super chat from Ricky Burt. Says, lives in Cincinnati from Ann Arbor. I love to work with y'all. We were just hiring recently, but we fill all our positions. So, Ricky, if you want, check back. Follow me on Twitter. DM me if you want, at James Yoder. And we should be hiring again towards the end of the year for a class of folks that will start in early January of 2026. We kind of get all hiring done before the football season and then keep it rolling as we are 12 minutes from Savion Hiter's commitment. I'm going to kind of see, Jack, has anything transpired? No, he's still not at the gym. Ryan Gostinger says, you hiring? Not yet, but check back in about 2.5, 3 months, and we will start again. Give me an M or a T. Everyone thinks it's going to come down to these two schools, M or a T. Where does Savion Hiter end up? The 5-star running back, the number 1 running back in the country, a top 10 player in the 24/7 Sports Composite. Where does he end up? Is it going to be Michigan? Is it going to be Tennessee? Give me an M. Give me a T. I'm going to get in the live chat, Jack, and toss up my M right there. Still nothing, Hiter. Nobody family members. The press conference really hasn't started yet at his school. I'm going to take a look and see if we've gotten anyone send a $20 super chat, Jack, to make sure I give them some attribution. Not yet, so no $20 super chats. If you want to, though, go ahead and send me a 20 for a Michigan pom-pom. We'll ship it right off to you. A lot of M's, some T's. Ghost Recon 2009 says T. Jamie Carl says go blue. Toby, who's our number 2 super fan right now, with an M, hopefully. David Cox has emerged. We got a $20 super chat from Tim Cunningham. He says, go blue from Mansfield, Texas. F, Paul Feinbaum, and the SEC. Now, Ricky had that one. You could toss that across, give him attribution. Ricky Burt with the $2 super chat, lives in Cincinnati from A2 that we mentioned a few moments ago. And then Tim Cunningham. Tim, if you want, I know you didn't Venmo, but I feel, sometimes that we want to make sure to help people out. If you send me just a $1 Venmo from, on at James Yoder 1, James-Yoder 1, I'll put it back in the live chat. If you send $1, in addition to your 20 there, we will also send you a championship game pom-pom. But if everyone could, if you want to do the pom-pom, send it via Venmo. I'm going to put it again in the live chat. It's at James-Yoder-1. We will send as many of these out. We got about 80 to 100 as far. I think we had like 105 when we started, so I haven't counted them in a while, but I gave a few away last year. A lot of M's, a few T's in there. David Cox, now our number 2 top fan. Tim Cunningham up there is number 1. David Cox 2, Toby Burke 3, Chase 4, and Ricky Burt 7417 is number 5. So go blue from Mansfield, Texas. F, Paul Feinbaum, and the SEC. I mean, who could disagree with that, Jack?
Can I just add to this super chat real quick? The media coverage of Baby Mini Hammer the other day has been gross.
Yeah.
Every article I see from every big journalist is not journalistic.
It's not.
There's no integrity. Everyone is like journalistic integrity. I went to journalism school. Journalistic integrity is reporting the facts as they are. But every article I see is, oh, here's what happened, but Michigan's national title is always going to be tainted because they were cheaters.
Yeah, you talk about. I saw that from Ari Wasserman, a real schmuck from On 3 that saw that one. I think anyone with a brain. Joe Klatt said it best a year and a half ago. He said, the more you think that the Connor Stallions scandal impacted Michigan in a positive way, the less you know about the game of football. Neely Metcalf, we have a $20 super chat, Jack. How do we get that on screen? I don't know how do we do Venmos. Can we get that on super chat?
Send me the name and how
Just take it. Just do it that way. I'm not going to try and send it if you can do it. And then hand me the phone back. Neely Metcalf, I see the $20 super chat after we are live. If you want to comment on it, you can send me your address, but I will respond to you, and we will get you one of these national championship pom-poms as she sends in $20 to get a national title super pom-pom. I hope that Michigan gets another batch of these. I feel like, I'm not for sure. I'm not 100% sure, Jack, but there's a chance that could be the mom or the family member of the Metcalf brothers who transferred to Michigan from Arkansas. I know I follow the mom on Twitter. I just can't remember her first name off the top of my head, and that's what it is. I believe that is the Metcalf brothers' mother who just sent the $20 super chat in. So big time. Glad to see it. Thank you for watching, and we appreciate your sons transferring up to Michigan to be part of the Wolverines, and frankly, out of Arkansas. We've got a couple of Arkansas grads here at the show. They just don't win enough, Jack. They don't win enough, so we're glad to have Neely Metcalf send a $20 super chat, and we will get you one of these. Awesome. I'm going to send you two. Neely, because you sent Michigan 2 sons. We're going to send you 2, Jack, make sure I remember that, 2 Michigan Football National Championship pom-poms. Thank you so much to Neely for that $20 super chat via Venmo for a Michigan National Championship pom-pom. Keep it rolling, Jack. Nico Collins, the real guy, I'm not sure, with a Jabril Peppers profile photo. What does he say? He says, Haynes or Marshall, who do you like more? Look, I'm going to go with Marshall at this point. People have said that Justice Haynes didn't get the NIL deal he was looking for at Alabama, and that Alabama takes care of the players that they think are impactful to victory the next year. So maybe they let him walk. They gave him $150K, and Michigan was willing to go $300 or $400K. I don't want to go necessarily those specifics because I don't know specifically, but I'm going to go Jordan Marshall. I saw what he did in the field last year. I saw what he did against Alabama in that ReliaQuest Bowl game at the end of the year where Michigan upset the Crimson Tide. He got 20-some carries for 100 yards, was the offensive MVP, or I guess the MVP of the game. But look at what this depth chart. If Hiter commits to Michigan here momentarily, look at what this depth chart could and should look like next year. Unless Justice Haynes, who will be technically a junior going into this year, third-year player, will he go pro after 1 year? I doubt it, but maybe. Then Michigan will have the 1-2 running back, Thunder and Thunder, Lightning and Lightning, whatever they're calling themselves now, plus the number 1 running back in the country coming in for 2026. You've got a handful of big-time wide receivers, both in the 2025 class and committed for the 2026 class. You've got Bryce Underwood. You've got what I think will be an offensive lineman with a couple top 50 players, including Andrew Babalola, who is out for the season next year, a couple top 2025 recruits at those tackle positions. Michigan's offense this year, still uncertain. We all saw the disaster of last year, but looking forward, 26, 27, you've got 2 quarterback commits committed, for the 26 and the 27 class, top 100 guys for both of them. This Michigan offense under Sherrone Moore could start looking a lot different, looking a lot more modern, although I do kind of low-key just love the offense that Jim Harbaugh and Sherrone Moore have run for the past, 4 seasons, but really not as much last year because they had, frankly, the worst quarterback situation in the history of Michigan football. And, yes, that does include the 2008 season when, Rich Rod's first year when, Michigan was starting Stephen Threet and Nick Sheridan, who for a while was the offensive coordinator at Alabama. I don't know where he ended up. How many likes we got in the show now, Jack? How many we got?
You've got 103.
103 likes. So if you're a Michigan football fan and want to see Savion Hiter commit to the Wolverines, give me a like on this video. Let's get to 150 likes before this commitment supposedly is starting to happen
honestly,
here in about 4 minutes. I see Doreen, Asian Past Doreen. Thank you so much for supporting the show. She's got her own show on YouTube as well, The Ladies of College Football. Doreen, I think it's 9 Eastern on Sunday nights on the Voice of College Football channel. Go check her out. Doreen, feel free to toss the link to that in the live chat. $100. Dylan, my boy, $2 super chat. He says, Savion the Hammer Hiter, I think it was a typo there, is coming to Germany. He said Hitler, Jack. People are going to start saying things like Hail Hiter, Hail Hiter. I almost slipped myself. And it's just not cool. It's not cool.
It's tough.
But
it's tough.
He might want to consider changing his name. We got another $20. Thank you so much, Dylan, for the $2 super chat. Going to Germany. I like it. We got $20 super chat coming in from, I don't know how to pronounce that. It is IDR4 Gons. $20 super chat for any suck guys in here. 13 to 10. Go Blue. We'll make you the same offer. Venmo me $1 just so I can get your address and know it's you to IDRG Gones. I'm going to put that. I'm going to reply to your actual. I'm going to put $1 on that one, and I will send you a Michigan Football National Championship pom-pom, the one they gave when you walked in the door that everybody in the entire building, on the Michigan side at least, was waving the entire game. Jack and I, my sister, a couple other people from here, Chat Sports, we went around and collected about 100 of them that were just casually and frankly irresponsibly left all along seats after Michigan won the national championship. So where are we at on likes, Jack? We get to 150?
We did. We're at 203. I want to get to 250 because we've got almost 1,000 people watching.
1,000 people watching. All right.
I mean, we should get to 50%. We should get to 500, but baby steps. Baby steps.
We are less than 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 20 seconds from the proposed announcement time. According to my sources, I'm checking my text here. No sign of Hiter at the high school. Nothing happening just there yet. So we have to keep monitoring this one. I'm going to check a little bit more, Jack, see what we've got going on here. If you want to take over and toss yourself on the screen, I just want to see what the vibes out there, message a couple people to see if anything has changed over the last 20 or 30 minutes since we have been live.
Where do you think he's going to go? M for Michigan, T for Tennessee. I think this is what it's down to. I think it's down to these two schools. This is everything that we've heard from everyone, is that it's either going to be Michigan or Tennessee. I mean, obviously, I'm siding with Michigan. I think Michigan getting in on his recruitment early definitely helps him. I do think Tennessee is going to try to make a run. You know, they just signed that lucrative Adidas deal, so they might be trying to throw him some sort of Adidas bag. I still think that Jordan is the better brand anyway. That's just me. But yeah, what do we think? I'm seeing a lot of M's here. I also want to look at the top fans, see if top fans have changed. We have got... All right, I see a bunch of M's. I don't see any T's.
No T's.
I don't see any T's. I see A-Train in here typing M, longtime viewer of the channel.
Yep.
How we looking? A lot of M's. Tim, Sammy, Rick, JH says Boise State, LOL. Brittany.
We got another $20 Venmo from James Johnson. Jack's going to toss that up on screen. James, I am going to get you a Michigan Football National Championship game pom-pom. Anybody who wants one of those can Venmo $20. We're not trying to make a ton of money on it by any means. It'll cost $6, $7 to ship, but you're also supporting the show. And finally, there's a limited supply. Once they're gone, it's not like I can get more. These are from the game. We went around and got them. And James Johnson, $20 Venmo. So much appreciative. So much thank you for supporting the show. A moment ago, you can toss that one on screen if you want to check. We also had Neely Metcalf, the mother of the Metcalf brothers, who are headed to Michigan, or not headed to Michigan, are on the team. TJ and Tavis Metcalf from Arkansas. I think one of them is at least going to start, Jack. And I think both will be in the two deep and making an impact this season. So toss me the phone back if you can. Thank you, sir, as we got a Venmo win from James Johnson. Let's go through some of the stuff on Hiter, Jack. Where is he ranked now? Show the people where Hiter is ranked according to the scribes and the pundits of the recruiting world, as we are now under a minute. 1 minute, less than 1 minute left before the announcement, but we will see how things shake out. So he is the number 12 overall in the combined new Rivals on 3 recruiting service. 24/7 Sports has him as 5-star, number 17 overall. ESPN's got him top 20, number 24, which if they keep him there by the end, once the class is over, they usually do like their top 30 or 32 players are 5 stars. So he's in 5-star category by the time we get to December. And then the composite, which 24/7 Sports ranks and combines all of them, they've got him a 5-star, number 9. How does that happen? Because, some guys ahead of him are ranked lower on other services, and so that's how it shakes out. But in the JY365, I think the most well-known and certainly most respected recruiting service, he is a 7-star, the first 7-star, and they're considering him the GOAT running back recruit, 7-star running back, the first running back ever to be crowned a 7-star from the JY365 rankings. So appreciate that. I think I saw another Venmo come in, so let me check that one out. Jack, just hand me, if I get one, I'm going to hand me this back once refresh. Let's see. I saw an alert come in. Timothy Cunningham with a $50 super chat Venmo. So I don't know. That's he says that's the guy who said in the after the SEC one. Maybe if you can toss that message on, I'm not sure it's the same one. But Tim Cunningham, I think it's the guy IDR4. So we're gonna send him a couple pom-poms, maybe 3 pom-poms. Hiter is here. Jack, toss some photos up of Savion Hiter. Let's make sure we do that. Tim Cunningham, $50 super chat. What was the super chat menu? Do we have anything to do for $50? What do we have to do for $50? I can't remember what the menu was. As Savion Hiter, according to my sources, has entered the building. If you hand that back to me, Jack. $100 beer chug. All right, so we're going to get Tim on the and Neely. We're going to get them on the new helmet for our live show next week. Keep spamming the live chat. Let's get some Go Blues. Someone said, what was this? All right, let's see. I saw someone. I think they were talking shit. Okay, Rick. No. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're gonna pipe into the announcement. Here we go. Whoa. There you go. Savion Hiter. Will he be a Michigan Wolverine? Probably want to move that over, Jack, a little bit, too, towards me a little bit. Give me an M or a T. David Cox, number 3 superfan, says, go blue. Thomas Elmer. I see you, Thomas Elmer. I see you, Thomas Elmer. Once you get that all set up, Jack. Yeah, okay, cool. You got it. I see Troy Knight saying the Vols. I don't know about that. Chris Bastry, go blue. Thomas says tick-tock, tick-tock. Let's go from D. Key says M. Brittany Blanchard, go blue. Go Vols, boo, from Gabriel Hildebrand. We've got our Tennessee channel. If you want to go check it out, what's the URL on that one? I can't remember. At Vols Talk on YouTube if you want to go to that. Jack, if you want to pipe in, do we have audio for this? Are we playing or not? I don't know yet. You tell me. All right, Savion Hiter is at the, one of his coaches. Somebody's at the podium here. Well, there is in real life. So we should try and get that if we don't have it. All right, let's see, M or T's. Let me see what you guys think for this one, M or T.
Today, at the request of one of your classmates, we get to share
M's or
in
T's
celebration
as Savion Hiter
of a major
comes in.
milestone.
Jack, I'm not going to have this in my ears. So tell me when to stop talking.
Along with his family, will announce to the world where he will play college football. Savion, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
And with that, I will turn it over to Superintendent Doug Strader.
Who is? That's okay. Let him talk.
So good morning and welcome. This morning we welcome many of our community leaders, our board of supervisors, our school board, and many of our community members that just love Louisa and love Louisa County Public Schools, and we're grateful for you to be here this morning. We also welcome many members of the media from the local, state, national media with us this morning. And we also welcome our fall athletes, our staff, and also our class of 2026 here this morning. This is a very talented senior class in the classroom, in the arts, in athletics, and beyond. The talents are endless, and the talents are impressive.
A lot of people, a lot of highlights going on.
We will be celebrating throughout the year many accomplishments you have and will achieve over this next year and prior to this year. But that's one of the reasons we're coming together this morning. This morning we're here to celebrate an amazing accomplishment.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have
Savion
yet checked
Hiter announces that he
35,000.
will be taking his talents on the field next fall.
Nice.
But I must say, as amazing as he is on the field, he is more impressive as a person. As he is an incredible young man, a man with outstanding academic achievement in the classroom, a man with high character on and off the field, and simply put, he's a great human. There are many places that this event could be held this morning. And Savion said that he would like to make sure that he could share this day with his classmates. The class of 2026, right here at Louisa County High School. So to Savion and his entire family that joined us this morning, we welcome you. And on behalf of all of us here, we thank you for sharing this prestigious moment with us as well. And with that being said, I'm going to ask Coach Will Patrick, our amazing head coach, winner of 8 straight Jefferson District titles, coaching record of 66-12 here at Louisa County High School, to come up to the podium and offer a few words. Let's give it up for Coach Patrick.
Let's go, Coach, coming up to the podium.
You know, it's amazing to see what the game of football can do. It's some leather
We got it.
wrapped around, some rubber with air in it. It's even shaped kind of funny compared to the other sports. But the things that it does, it teaches young men, people, to persevere, to have grit, to work hard. That's what Savion Hiter embodies. The determination to be the best he can possibly be. To be humble, even with all this success and all this recognition. One of the most humblest people I've ever been around. A great teammate, a great person. This whole senior class, they've been playing together for a long time. He has a teammate that's already committed to a Big Ten school. He's got other teammates that will go and do other things. To see their bond and their chemistry and the energy that come from this young man. It's amazing. He's what you think about when you think about Louisa County. What we strive to teach. Running for 300 yards and winning every game. That's fun now. We like that. Okay? But it's the things of character. Being dependable, trustworthy, and having a work ethic every single day and not let anyone else outwork you. He deserves everything he's gotten. His family, all the sacrifices they've made over the years. Savion, I'm very proud of you, man. Louisa Line forever. Louisa Line forever. Thank you all. Let's go, Louisa.
Before Savion Hiter comes up, make sure you guys are subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. We have reached 35,000 subscribers. Thank you to all the Michigan football fans who have subscribed to the channel over the years as Savion Hiter is getting ready to announce whether he's going to be Michigan, Tennessee.
You've all been waiting for. Savion, it's your time, sir.
I would love to announce my commitment and future my academic career in the University of Michigan.
Go blue! Go blue! Savion Hiter commits to Michigan. Take that out my ear now, Jack, if you can, so I have to hear myself. Savion Hiter has committed to Michigan. I am super pumped. Get those M's in the comments. Get those Go Blues in the comments. Toss that super chat menu up, Jack. If you want to see us have some fun, if you want your questions on the show, Savion Hiter has committed to Michigan. Let me put out something on Instagram. Toss our Instagram if we have it, Jack, as a lower third. If you want to tell the people how to follow us, I'm going to put a little video out on Instagram. Savion Hiter is a Michigan Wolverine. He commits to Michigan, and oh, it feels so good.
Spam those Go Blues. Spam those Go Blues. Let's freaking go. Spam those Go Blues.
Man, Jack, I feel good. I'm feeling very good. If you could, Jack, so I'm going to do that. Okay, collaborator, cool. boom, posted it on Twitter, posted it on Instagram. I am beyond pumped. Savion Hiter commits to Michigan. Follow us on Instagram at Michigan Football Report. Just posted a little video, kind of pre-recorded it, but you guys will enjoy it. Give me a like on that. All right, Jack, let's take a look at what Michigan's recruiting class looks like now with Savion Hiter. Let's kind of go through it, talk about this class, which should rocket back up with you, of course, well inside the top 10, but get back close back to number 5, number 6, number 7. We'll see where they shake out. But they've got two 24/7 Sports composite. Basically, the rankings of all collected 5 stars in Carter Meadows, Savion Hiter. These are 2 players who are generally seen as top 15 overall players. So this will be back-to-back years. Michigan's getting 2 consensus 5 stars. Andrew Babalola, Bryce Underwood, and now Savion Hiter and Carter Meadows. Michigan basically just got Adrian Peterson of the next generation, hopefully without the beating of the kids like Peterson was known for. Zion Robinson, the 4-star wide receiver out of the state of Texas. Titan Davis, a massive defensive lineman. Andre Clark Jr., Julian Walker, the edge. Keep it rolling. Tons of 4 stars. This class is absolutely stacked towards the top. Andre Clark Jr. at the safety position. Brady Smigel, however you pronounce it, the quarterback commit. Malachi Lee, Matt Ludwig on the offensive line and tight ends. Dorian Barney, the cornerback. Mikhail Blade, love this guy, this defensive lineman. Alistair Vallejo, 4-star defensive lineman. Jordan Deck, the safety. And Marky Walbridge, offensive tackle. Those are Michigan's top commits, the 4 and 5-star commits. Type Go Blue if you are pumped for Savion Hiter to be a Michigan Wolverine. And we just got another $50 super chat from Tim Cunningham. He says, amazing. Suck it, Buckeyes. And Paul Feinbaum. Thank you so much, Tim Cunningham. You are my boy, Tim. Tim's gave us a $20. He's gave us a $50 Venmo. He's given us a $50 super chat. So thank you so much to Tim. I might just need a beer, Jack. I'm thankful for Tim's 50 to celebrate this. I think you need to see if somebody can bring me a Coors or a Miller. Bring it over if you can send it to the people.
Can I just say, what a great week to be a Michigan fan. What an incredible week. Everyone was praying on Michigan's downfall. They were praying for it. They were begging the football gods for Michigan's downfall. We've never been more back.
We are so back.
Never been more back. Never been.
$50 super chat. Amazing. Tim Cunningham. Tim, I'm guessing you are a top fan at this point with the $70 in super chat. You are, Tim. And then our other guy, I guess it wasn't IDR that sent that. I thought Tim might be IDR when he's kind of set the 50 right after the 20. David Cox is number 3. Toby Burke and Chase, 54, are our top 5 fans now. Thank you so much, Tim. You are getting 7 stickers on our helmet when we do a live show next week. And just for you, since we had the super chat menu, if you want to toss that up there, Jack, I will chug a beer in your honor, even though it is not even 11 a.m. where we are, Chat Sports headquartered in Dallas, Texas. So big shout out to there. We got our guy Casey. Casey, come say to the people. Give me a hail to the victors for Hiter. Give me just say hail, 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 hail. All right, now get the hell out of here. I'm feeling great. I am feeling great. Coors Light, thank you. Thank you to Casey Foreman coming in. I'm going to open this one, and I'm going to chug it at 10:30 in the morning, father of 2, in celebration of Savion Hiter. Jeff Rua, my guy, back in the chat. I haven't seen you in a little bit. Jack, thank you so much. I'm going to let this Casey shook it a little bit. Got a little foam if you want to bring me, keep me full screen here. Or spam Go Blue in the comments. Whatever people want to do, that's fine. But just have me full screen. I'm going to take a small sip, get the foam off there, and then I'm going to chug this bad boy, Jack, because I am feeling very good.
James is chugging. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. This is the Michigan Football Report. Some say we were back. I say we never left. And we are back for Bryce Underwood's first season as a Michigan Wolverine. This is the type of content you're getting, so hit that sub button right now. Avery brought it in. Oh, it's right here.
Trash, bro. Give it to me.
You can have it, yep.
All right, we are 1 beer down. Anybody sends in, we said $100 super chat, so I'll keep it to that. I got annual reviews of people later this afternoon, Jack. I can't be walking into that stumbling drunk, but if the people want it, the people will get it. Give some shout outs. This is School L Craft says, let's go blue. Tim Go Blue. He says, send those pom-poms and helmet stickers. You got it, Tim. I'm going to send you a handful of the pom-poms. And you have a bunch of stickers going on the 2025 official first helmet. John Stoop says, let's effing go. Jack, let's do a little segment on this so we can put it on the channel later today. Let's get that rolling. It is the Michigan Football Report. Keep it rolling. Spam Go Blue in the comments because we are about to record a little news dump on this Michigan Football Report. Amazing Tuesday morning. Savion Hiter commits to Michigan, so we can put this up on the channel as an on-demand video here in a little bit. Michigan football got a massive commitment today. Savion Hiter, the number 1 running back in the country, the number 9 overall player, regardless of positions, has committed to Michigan, and the future is looking bright. I mean, just think about a backfield next year with Bryce Underwood at quarterback, Savion Hiter, Jordan Marshall, and Justice Haynes as your 3 running back combo, triple header, whatever you want to call it. Michigan football has never been more back. You got the national championship in 2023. I am looking forward to winning another one, maybe this year, maybe 26 with Hiter, 27. It is looking bright. Michigan has really solidified the quarterback position, the running back position, the wide receiver position over the 25 and 26 class, and the future looks bright. Give me your one-word reaction down in the comments. One-word reaction to Savion Hiter, the nation's number 1 running back. Some have called him the next Adrian Peterson. I haven't called him that yet, but I'm not that far away. One recruiting service, Jack, gave him 7 stars. That's the JY365 and Upstart group on the recruiting scene. Give me a one-word reaction down in the comments. Mine is boom. What's yours, Jack? Give me one-word reaction.
Back.
He's got back. I've got boom. Let me have yours in the comments. Got a boom in the live chat from Hunter. Let's take a look at this class, okay? Let's take a look at the top commitments, the 4 and the 5 stars. Now, Michigan now has 2 5-star commitments. So you can have that for back-to-back classes, assuming these rankings don't change, assuming that neither of these players decide to deflect later on, which of course they won't. And that's back-to-back classes, right? Where Michigan has really struggled in the past decade to get many 5 stars. Rashawn Gary, Jabril Peppers, he had a couple other ones, J.J. McCarthy, but they haven't come, Will Johnson, they haven't come back-to-back with 2 in the same classes, really in a couple decades in the early 2000s. You got Andre Clark, Brady Smeagol, the quarterback potentially of the future, Malachi Lee, some others. You've got tackles, you've got safeties, corner, more on the defensive line, the offensive line. This class is deep with 4 and 5-star players. I expect it when all is said and done to be back in, to be finishing the top 5, just like Michigan was on that cusp of 5, 6, 7, depending on the recruiting ranking service, when is all said and done. And when the recruiting rankings update today, when the Rivals and the ESPN and the 24/7 Sports, when they all update their recruiting rankings here, I'm guessing in the next 30 to 60 minutes, probably by the time you're watching this, if you're watching later on after our live show, Michigan may be back up into the top 5. Take a look at now before, right? This is before. What? Oh, this is updated. Jack's got it updated. Look at him. Michigan has the number 4 recruiting class in the Big Ten. That seems a little sus. I think we're going to jump Ohio State, but we'll see how things shake out. So where does that put Michigan nationally, Jack? Have they updated that on the composite? Because Michigan still 4th in the Big Ten, right? USC has just been piling on commits. That's more of a volume play. Oregon's got some real top players. Ohio State as well, as they are right there. Michigan, the 10th best class in college football, as they haven't had a commit in, around a month or so for this 2026 class. Maybe one commit in the last 6 or 7 weeks since that flurry of commitments in the month of June and into July. Kind of round out the back half of the Big Ten. Michigan State, bums, 11th in the Big Ten. That's insane. That's terrible. It's embarrassing. How about Nebraska? Matt Rule, an NFL head coach, can't get more than 18th in the Big Ten, last in the conference. That is kind of embarrassing. So to recap here, Savion Hiter in a live press conference announcement from his high school. His superintendent spoke. His head football coach spoke. And the man himself spoke and said, very simple. It was probably the quickest one of all time, right? They gave him the mic, and he said, I take my talents to Michigan. That's pretty much all he said. It was one sentence, then the crowd went wild. We went wild. You went wild in the live chat. And if you're watching this later on demand, go wild down in the comments. Subscribe, give us a like. Do all the things, right? Do all the things. I don't want to ask multiple things at once, but do all the things. Show some love. Comment, Hiter. Make sure you spell it correctly. Make sure you spell it correctly down in the comments. It's going to get weird next year, Jack. Michigan travels week 0, I guess it is, August 26, 2026, I think is the day, to Frankfurt, Germany. Opening season, they're going to have a player with the Hiter in the back. Hail to the victors. These Germans could get confused, could get messy. We can make some jokes about it now, but no, there. So comment Hiter down in the comments. We've got an insane deal for you, right? We always pull out the best deals for a Michigan football fan. I just ordered this bad boy myself. I love it. It is the Maize and Blue Jordan hoodie. Go to chatsports.com/hoodie sale. The link is in the live chat if you're watching live, or down in the comments and the description where we put it. Second paragraph of the description. Go click that link, chatsports.com/hoodie sale. Get this Michigan football coaches level hoodie from Jordan Brand. 50% off. 50% off right now. These sales don't last. Chatsports.com/hoodie sale. I saw 50% off. I said, we're putting on the show. Ordered it myself. So we'll have it on the show here in a few days, or maybe into next week, hopefully by our live show that we will put out next week. Savion Hiter is the number 9 player in the 24/7 Sports composite rankings, kind of combining the rankings of all the different services. The new combined Rivals on 3 has him as a 5-star number 12 player overall. ESPN has him, so 24/7 Sports has a 5-star number 17 overall. ESPN is number 24 overall, which should fall into the 5-star category, but they kind of don't really build that out for whatever reason until you get closer to sign day, but the top 30 to 35 players typically are 5 stars by them. And the JY365, maybe the most respected recruiting service, a little newer one, if you're not familiar, 7-star running back, GOAT running back recruit, and that's according to the great folks at the JY365. What do the blog boys, the Recruitniks, say about Savion Hiter? Ready to play mass. Have you seen the picture of him, Jack? Have you seen his biceps? I mean, I don't want to gush over a 17-year-old kid, but this kid's got biceps. He's built, they say, built like a brick shithouse. He's just built. He's stacked. He's got legs that are bigger than my waist. Effective inside and outside runner, quick to chart a course and charge forward, fast feet, and gets around tacklers in the backfield, breaks it outside, core strength, low pad level, speed. Makes it harder for defenders to get him on the ground, especially when he breaks through the first wave of obstacles. And that's some 24/7 Sports there, recruiting analysis, their scouting analysis on Savion Hiter. I like this picture. I think that's his dad, I'm guessing, but I'm not 100% sure. But this one went kind of viral when he visited Michigan, one of the times he visited Michigan. Looks like his dad's on the phone saying, Sherrone, we made a decision. Back up the Brinks truck. Call Larry Ellison. Let's get some of that Oracle money. Sell some Oracle stock. It's up 25% this year. And this one, right, went viral as well. That is none other than number 1 player in 2025, Michigan's presumptive starting quarterback, Bryce Underwood, showing you the future, right? It's like J.J. McCarthy to Blake Corum, touchdown. Could that be a national championship backfield, Jack? In a year or two, could I be updating my office? I've got a McCarthy, I've got a Corum jersey frame from the Rose Bowl, which I attended in addition to the national title game. Could that be the next 2 running back quarterback combo that goes 25-0, as a combo like McCarthy, Blake Corum never lost a game. They started together 25-0. I want to ask you guys this question before we continue breaking down this Savion Hiter commitment to Michigan. Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet? As we just hit 35,000 subscribers during the Savion Hiter live stream announcement of his commitment to Michigan. Give me a Y down in the comment if you have. If you haven't, give me an N, but then change that to a Y shortly after when you hit that subscribe button. It's always youtube.com/Michigan TV. But subscribe because we took a little bit of a step back in 2024, but we are back in a lot of ways in this 2025 season as some of the things that are holding us back might be behind us, Jack. We might be fully back at this point. Savion Hiter, Bryce Underwood, I'm feeling motivated. I am feeling excited. Give me a Y or an N. Have you subscribe? Make sure you do if you haven't yet. Let's take a look at the future of this running back depth chart for Michigan. I am just gushing at what this backfield could look like in 2026. And even in 2027, right? Justice Haynes will be gone in 27. But if Jordan Marshall stays all 4 years, holy cow, you could have a running backfield in 26 with those three guys. Then you lose Haynes, and if Marshall returns for a senior year, you give a sophomore Savion Hiter and Jordan Marshall. Michigan had an embarrassment of riches over the last 4 years. You had Hassan Haskins and Blake Corum with Donovan Edwards as the freshman. Then you had Blake Corum with the Don, almost getting 1,000 yards as a sophomore. Corum and the Don with Clell Mullings making an impact. And last year, Mullings and the Don. You can continue that embarrassment of riches going forward. I like what they've got this year. I really like what they're going to have in 26 and 27 when they add Savion Hiter. I mean, I got to give some love to Tony Alford, right? He started recruiting Hiter well over a year ago, right? A year and a half ago when he was at Ohio State. Developed that relationship from way back there when Hiter was a sophomore, when he was a freshman. Continued it on when Michigan hired him as their running backs coach before the 2024 season. He did not loosen the grip on that. He kind of felt good for the past month, 2 months, and as Tennessee came through and they started pushing the envelope, promising things in NIL, promising playing time, Georgia and Ohio State made their best efforts to get the number one running back in the country. Tony Alford did not, falter. He did not, give up an inch to those schools, and he put a stamp on his time, his 14 games, 13 games, 8-5, 13 games he's been Michigan's running backs coach, 2 cycles in a lot of ways as the running backs coach in recruitment, and he has got the star that Michigan's going to need, I believe, to win a national championship with Bryce Underwood at the quarterback. You need to have running backs at the highest level. We've seen it with Michigan. We've seen it with Alabama. Running games win, and if you're just a passing team like Ohio State's been for many years, you run into a big-time defense like Ohio State, like Oregon did last year, they can falter, although the Buckeyes did put it together as a 2-loss team when they snuck into the playoffs as the 4th-place Big Ten teams. Think about this offense this year, right? Savion Hiter is not going to be on this team, excuse me, in 2025. But we know what this offense will look like in a lot of ways. It's going to be Bryce Underwood at the quarterback. It's going to be Jordan Marshall, Justice Haynes, Donovan McCulley, and a revamped offensive line. Will Michigan have a top 25 scoring offense this season? Before Hiter, just comment yes or no. Will Michigan have a top 25 scoring offense? I'm saying yes. I'm always an optimist for this team. So let me know down in the comments. It is the Michigan Football Report. Make sure you subscribe. We're going to be putting out a lot more content this season than we have in the past. So subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much to the 35,000 people who have already subscribed to the most watched Michigan football show for the last 5 years. All right, thanks for bearing with us. If you're watching live, just want to do a little recap. They're going to put that on the YouTube channel if you want to watch it later. If you caught it midstream and you want to watch that in full 10 or so minutes of breaking down Savion Hiter and the future of the Michigan football running back position, that'll go up on the YouTube channel as an on-demand video in probably about 20 minutes or so. So let's potentially take your questions here as we are live with the Michigan Football Report. Savion Hiter announcement. Kind of want to take a look go, Jack.
I got to cut in real quick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There is, at least in the chat, it seems like more Ohio State Suckeye fans than there are Michigan fans. We need to change that. Spam your Go Blues. Get these Buckeye Suckeye fans out of here. They're taking a bunch of L's. They lose out on Hiter. There's no hammer, the hammer, like everyone said. It's a bad week to be an Ohio State fan. They are trying to cope in the chat. Spam those Go Blues. Get those suckers out of here.
Yeah, Ohio State fans, they're just a breed of people. And Jack, bring me full screen for a second if we can. I want to just make sure I address something, a little bit of the what's going on out there on the internet. So when I go back a little bit, Jack, I made a internet bet with the Buckeye Scoop, right, Twitter account, and then confirmed it via phone call with their principals, Kirk Barton, who's gotten in a little bit of trouble himself, terrible situation, Nevada Buck, over phone, over text, whether or not, that was the draft bet. I lost that bet, okay? It was whether or not Ohio State would have more players drafted than Michigan did in 24 versus Michigan's 25 versus 24, right? Michigan 13 players drafted, Ohio State beat them, right? I paid up, right? I Venmoed them. It was actually Nevada Buck's son, Parker Sickney, an NCAA athlete, betting on NCAA athletics. I'm not sure if that's allowed or not, but I paid up, right? I paid up right away. And then we made a bet, and these are talking trash, the Hammer. Their entire account, their entire existence, their entire company was based on the hammer. I said, Michigan's not going to get any games vacated. And so we bet $500 initially with the same guy, with the son, right? 20-year-old, 21-year-old son. And then Kirk and Nevada Buck, right? The grown-ups in the room. Oh, they want to get in on that bet too. $1,000 each. I said, let's do it. Michigan's not getting any games vacated. Over under a half a game, right? So I paid them when I lost. We upped the stakes $2,500. Now, since then, Kirk Barton killed a guy. He drove drunk and he went 100 miles per hour and went left to center and killed a 24-year-old guy. So not going to really address that situation. Terrible. I think Kirk is going to, get what's coming to him at this point, and it's awful for the family. But that doesn't necessarily, I'm not going to collect that $1,000, clearly, I don't think, at this point. But Nevada Buck and his son, they badgered me when they won their bet. Pay up. Like, we were deep in the draft. I'm like, dude, let me just get a second. I'm in the middle of the draft. We have 20 streams going on here at Chat Sports. I paid him right after that. Okay, cool. After day 3, I think I waited till Sunday. I paid him a day later, all right? Badgering me, left, right. Why have you Venmo yet? It's been 4 days since the hammer is officially not coming. No vacated games. And not only have I sent them requests on Venmo, Jack, which they decline, they are just completely ignoring it. All-time scumbag. So I'm going to put in the live chat right now. If you guys want to, there is the link. Not required. If you want to, I would say, I'm going to tell you, don't do this. But if I were you, if I was a fan of this show, if I followed this, if I would feel bad about someone like me paying a bet up and then them just ignoring and just not acknowledging and declining to pay the bet that we made after what they said for the last 2 years about Michigan and the hammer. They made the bet. They said they paid up. They talked trash to me on Twitter, et cetera, et cetera. If you want to go to their YouTube channel and comment scam artists or comment pay Yoder on their last few videos, I'm not going to tell you to do that. I wouldn't do that. But if I was in your situation, I might do it. I don't know. So there's the link to their YouTube channel, and it's at Buckeye Scoop on Twitter. Just, start the thing. I don't need the money. It'd be nice to have, of course, right? But it's not like I'm stressing for it or anything like that. It's just the principle. I paid. If I hadn't paid, they'd be raking me over the coals. I wouldn't be wanting to show my face on the internet. They're not only not paying, but they did some terrible one of the guys did some terrible things. The other two are just acting like it didn't happen. And it's so sickening. It's so disgusting. It just irritates me, and I'm not going to stop, right? I only want them to pay. I know how about this, Jack. I'm going to tell you this. I'll make this, dude. If they ever pay, I don't even want the money. I'm just going to donate to a charity. I'm going to let somebody pick the charity. I don't even want the money. I just want them to pay the money, right? I want them to live up to their word, right? And they are just absolute clowns. They're absolute scam artists. And maybe you should let them know what you think about them of not paying up on the $1,500, really $2,500 that they owe me. We got a super chat coming in from Nico Collins. You can't cheat. Michigan's line mauling OSU. And it's so true. I mean, we saw 2021. We saw 2022, right? What did Connor Stallions do with that play call? Did he say the Donovan Edwards down the sideline, Donovan Edwards up the middle? Did he say, all right, this is the play where they just don't tackle anybody, so let's run the Don play right now? I mean, what are we doing here? I don't believe that Michigan used Connor Stallions to beat Ohio State in any way. It was so clear as day of what was happening on the field. And then what would happen in 2024, right, with a whole new coaching staff, with basically the backups from 23 and 22, went into Columbus and beat Ohio State, the eventual national champion, 2 lost national champions. So I'm not buying it. Nico Collins, you cannot cheat it. And Michigan's offensive lineman absolutely mauled Ohio State's. Make sure you guys are putting some chats in the comments. We are going to do a live audience mailbag. So I'm going to give a couple moments here. We'll give about 30 seconds or so, Jack. I apologize. I have not been looking at one. Just a super chat menu up there so people know what they're getting if they want to. We should do a happy birthday Bryce Underwood push, too. All right. So looks like we got 2, Jack, above Marshall's name there. Just get those and give me my phone back if you can. All right, we got a couple more we're going to toss on there. So can we put those on the screen or no, those comments or no, for the mailbag, if anyone put them? If those guys comment anything or no?
We don't have a capability to do that. I can build them real quick.
Yeah, no, it's no big deal. I'll just look at them and answer them, maybe bring me full screen or something like that once we get into the mailbag. If you want to be on the show, we're going to take about 12 minutes of questions. Use hashtag Michigan or Super Chat, and we are going to get you on the show. Brent Hubner just sent me a $20 Super Chat. Thank you so much, Brett. I'm sorry, I said Brett. It's Brent. I apologize. I know it's probably something that you've had your entire life. We've got a Brett here. I think people probably call him Brett at sometimes as well. I want to pull back the Venmo so I could see if he commented. Oh, no. What happened? Did I get logged out somehow? Oh, no. I got logged out. Jack, take over for a second. I got logged out somehow.
Shout out to Brent for the $20 Venmo. We also got one from Cody Reed that we're going to show in a second as well. I see...
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, I'm back. All right, so Cody Reed and Brent Hubner. So Brent is getting he says, go blue, Illinois' biggest Michigan fan, and he put his address in there, which I will not include. Brent, you are getting a pom-pom from the national championship game. Cody Reed said, let's go blue. Cody is getting a pom-pom from the national championship game. Jack, toss up that Super Chat menu before we go into the live Q&A. I've got 2 bags, right? I'm going to step back. 1 bag, 2 bags, right? There's about 85, 90 of the Michigan pom-poms from the national title game. Jack and I were there. We live streamed the post game from the stands, right? From the stands. And then we went around after basically the entire stadium was empty, grabbed a couple bags from the fan shop, and we filled them up with as many pom-poms as we could while walking out of the stadium. So if you want to be on this next mailbag, which we're going to put up on the channel on Wednesday, go ahead and super chat us. $5 or more gets you instantly on the screen as soon as Jack sees it. $10 sticker on the new helmet that we're debuting on next week's live show. $20 Venmo, just like the gentleman, like Cody and like Brent. I'm going to send you a national championship pom-pom. The reason we say Venmo is because it's impossible to message people and get the real person on YouTube. They have no DM feature. Don't want you to put your address out there. If you Venmo, you can include your address, or I'll respond to you and get your address so we can send you a national championship pom-pom. And if anybody sends me a $100 super chat, we had 250s. I've got 1 more beer. I am happy to chug it. Coors Light, unopened, and it is ice cold. The mountains are blue. Not a sponsor, although we will take it here at the Michigan Football Report. Before we start this mailbag reminder, use hashtag Michigan. That's right, hashtag Michigan to get your questions on today's live show. We're going to put this segment up on the channel on Wednesday. So if you want to be on the show, use hashtag Michigan. Jack's going to pull up about 7 to 10 of your questions and put them on the live show. So keep using the hashtag Michigan or Super Chat, and we will keep things rolling with the Michigan Football Report mailbag. Savion Hiter has committed to Michigan. Let's get this bad boy
Need some
rolling.
questions, folks.
Jack, what are we doing? We going to an intro video, or are we just going with it?
We've got literally...
So we got Sam Brown in the house, producer of Tennessee Vols Talk. Are you guys already not live? You guys off? You off already? All right, so we broke the Tennessee channel here at Chat Sports, our newest channel. They got up to 3,000 subscribers in under a month, and they were live, and I guess the host of that show is broken. Sam, not a Tennessee fan, producer of the show. Did he cry? Did he cry?
I saw 1 tear.
Because did you see that tweet he put out yesterday? He put out a tweet of Hendon Hooker getting hurt, you can tell the thing, and a picture of him from, I guess, a couple years ago, like crying, and it was like, tweet something that sports that made you cry, and he put those 2 pictures, and I was like, typical of a Tennessee fan to cry over Hooker. We had somebody here at the company had a situation with a lady like that. Did you guys hear about this story? Yes. New guy had a situation. Go ahead, Jack. Oh, there he is. There he is. Come on in. Come on in. Put the headset on. Tell the people why Michigan rules and Tennessee sucks.
I never want him anyway. He's going to be a bust, and he's going to be awesome at Law Tech in 3 seasons.
Ooh.
Do you have any comment on the List 3 logo you made about the 2 Tennessee running backs and then Donovan Edwards and where they were drafted in the draft last year? Do you have any comment on that?
He made his decision. It was all factually correct.
You forgot Blake Corum.
Savion's going to see 1, if not 2 of these. Is this Tennessee running back? Has it been since '98? Were you even alive? Were you alive?
I was not.
Come on, Joey. Were you alive? I just got this. It's a replica. It's a little smaller. It's 14 inches, but just put it in my office. It's feeling good. So we had the Tennessee Vols Talk crew in the building. They were live on the other side of our office for this announcement. They were feeling confident, but not that confident because it did not happen for the Volunteers, as Savion Hiter is a Michigan Wolverine.
So
Jack, we good? We got some questions, or we keep
we
rolling?
have a grand total of 1 question. It's
All
a
right.
great question,
All right.
but we need some peeps to ask some questions. You'd think, not going live since Underwood at the beginning of the season, people would be like throwing themselves at the door asking questions to get on a video.
Yep. All right, so I'm going to put it in the live chat, making sure that everyone is on the same page. We need about 5 more questions before we even start. So if you guys can, just toss a hashtag Michigan at the end of your question, because what it does is the way we've got things set up, it pops it to the top of Jack's queue. He can toss it right on screen versus have to filter through, the hundreds or even thousands of comments we got through this entire live stream. So I see you, Brano 2 times, Hunter, John Stoops, Cajun Vol, Brano 2 times again, Chad Odie, my guy, how are you? Timmy Manis, Sterling Skins, Mario H, Becky and Chad, Toledo, Ohio's finest. Go ahead and use hashtag Michigan so we can get a few questions here in the live chat and jump in the show. Say it again, Jack. Iceman Comp, one of our old schools, one of our regulars, Iceman Comp. Iceman, give me a hashtag Michigan. I see one from Clifton Creed. So we need about 3 or 4 more so we can start this mailbag, and they'll come throughout, I'm sure. But we need at least 5 questions to get started. So use hashtag Michigan to get your questions here on the live show, and we're going to get started and do a Michigan Football Report mailbag that will go up on the channel at Michigan. So Bradley White, I like that one about Calvin Russell, switching from Syracuse to Michigan. Michigan's a state, also true. Someone said, what is Michigan? Avery Prods, what is Michigan? Michigan's a state. Michigan's also a school. Avery says, what is Michigan's goal for their record this year? So we got 4, hashtag Michigan from Hunter. All right, so I think we got 4, 5, 6 questions, Jack. I think we're good to go, yeah? No? No? You sure? You want more? Okay. John Stoops says Michigan will win the Big Ten. Avery says, I didn't mean to type, what is Michigan? I think maybe Avery, if that's a gal or a guy, I'm not sure, but maybe accidentally hit send before the question was up. So
we're going to start the mailbag. You can still ask questions. The more questions, the merrier. We'll answer them. So while we start our live here, continue to ask questions. Use hashtag Michigan, or you can super chat. If you super chat with a question, that's going to take priority. I'm going to put that up before any others. So do that, and then we're going to get into the mailbag.
Well, so 358 likes here on the live show. So like the live stream. Let's get to 400 likes. Would really appreciate that. If you guys can, and if you enjoy what we've been doing today and throughout the last 5 or 6 years, go ahead and give us a like on today's show so we can get up to 400 likes on today's live stream. Savion Hiter has committed to Michigan, and we are jumping in. You ready, Jack? You ready? You ready? Michigan Football Report mailbag. Use hashtag Michigan in the live chat. We'll put your question up on the show. Let's get going right now. I am your host, James Yoder. Savion Hiter committed to Michigan Tuesday morning at a press conference from his school, and we are going to take questions from you, the Michigan Football Report audience, the 35,000-strong subscriber base that we hit during the live stream. Excited to answer some questions both on Hiter and on this 2025 Michigan football team. Before we do, if you are relishing and basking in the glory of Savion Hiter to Michigan, if you like Savion Hiter to Michigan, go ahead and like the video here on the Michigan Football Report. It costs you nothing. It helps us out. If you get 100 likes in the first hour of a show, it puts the show in the feeds of more Michigan football fans who have never watched. So, selfish ask, I guess, some way, but help us be our marketing department in some ways in the YouTube algorithm. All right, let's dive into some questions. We've got questions from you, the audience, using hashtag Michigan. If you're watching live, feel free to continue to ask questions. We'll put them on the show. First question coming from young Sherrone. I think that's maybe an ode to you, Jack. You're young Harbaugh, YUNG. This is young Sherrone. Maybe we got to get a new producer, young Sherrone. We had young Harbaugh, Jack. You might be trouble passing for young Sherrone. But what are your stat predictions for Bryce Underwood this season? So saw this question, messaged him to Jack. I've got a little bit of prediction, and you guys are going to say that's not enough. I'm usually over predicting. I think I went a little bit of under predicting this one. So I think Underwood is going to be put in a position where he is not going to be asked to do a ton early on. He's not going to be throwing, 20-yard out routes. He's not going to be throwing deep in cover 2 to try and go over top of the safety or anything like that. He's going to get a lot of 6, 5, 3, 8-yard routes. Going to rely on the tight ends a little bit. I'm going for the full year, and this is assuming Michigan. Let's just kind of say whether they make it to the national title game or not. I don't think my predictions will change that much. I'm sure the touchdowns would go up a little bit, but in a per-game perspective, 64 passing completion. J.J. McCarthy had around 70 his junior year, 220 yards a game, which would be more than McCarthy did, which I think we will see in this Chip Lindsey offense. 22 touchdowns, a little more than McCarthy, though. 9 interceptions. I am expecting a exciting year from Bryce Underwood. I am expecting a frustrating year from him as well. I do think with a true freshman quarterback, he will be the only fourth true freshman in the history of the school. You go back to the 70s. You had, whose name must escape, Ricky Leach, of course, in 2004, the day before the game, and maybe even the morning of the game against Miami University. Chad Henne, when Matt Gutierrez got hurt, and then 2009, Tate Forcier. Bryce Underwood will be the fourth true freshman to start an opener for this prestigious team, almost 150 years of playing football. So you'll get some exciting times. You'll get some absolutely mind-blowing plays. Think back to the J.J. McCarthy pass, from one sideline to the other as a true freshman in his second game against Western Michigan in 2021. But you also get probably plays where he throws it straight into a linebacker's hands with no wide receiver within 5 yards. I don't think it will be dastardly like Jameis Winston, 30 picks, 30 touchdowns, but he will have more interceptions than Michigan fans have been used to in the J.J. McCarthy and beyond era. So I put him at 9 interceptions, but Michigan's going to limit his ability to make mistakes by giving him a dumbed-down playbook at least early on. It was Bryce Underwood's birthday when Savion Hiter committed to Michigan. He turned 18 years old, only 18 years old on August 19th. So show some love to Bryce Underwood. We proved, Jack, we had a super chat of family members of starters on the team in the live show. So players and family, of course, do and always have watched our show. So comment HBD for Bryce Underwood, his 18th birthday. I thought Sherrone would do something cool, like maybe on Monday, a day before his 18th birthday, like name him starter. So Michigan could say, like, we are the first time in school history we named a 17-year-old to be the starting quarterback. I don't think Sherrone, felt, he wasn't feeling nostalgic, or maybe didn't even think about it in his head. So, HBD, Bryce Underwood's 18th birthday. All right, keep it rolling here. Hunter says, with Babalola going down, do you have faith in Evan Link having another year on his belt and a solid Alabama bowl game performance? Do I have faith in Evan Link? I do not, right? We call him maybe it wasn't justified all year, but we called him Evan Stink. And I hate to take shots at college kids like that, but he was a really bad player for at least half the year, and they moved him around. He lost his starting spot. He got back into it. I hope he has a come up, right? He was only a first-year starter last year for some of the year, second-year player, I believe it was, and he was not good. If you look at not just us, you look at look at your eyesight, look at the games, look at like a Pro Football Focus when they rank the quality of run blocking and pass blocking. Evan Link was Michigan's worst guy almost every week, and he was one of the worst in all of college football, one of the worst in the Big Ten. So I'm optimistic, right? Michigan brought in Juan Castillo, a longtime NFL offensive line coach, was the offensive line coach at UCLA a couple years ago, to kind of mentor Michigan's young offensive line coach and Grant Newsome. And we'll see. I mean, Sherrone Moore clearly was the O-line coach, clearly set the tone for this running game when he was OC and O-line coach in 2021 and beyond. But Grant Newsome didn't get the job done last year as offensive line coach, and I think bringing a little bit of a senior leadership to kind of guide him along as a coach will help him, Newsome, in guiding along Michigan's young 19 and 20 and 21-year-old players getting their first or second years in the starting lineup. Clifton Creed says, what position group needs the biggest upgrade going to the next recruiting cycle? I mean, you would have said this a year ago. You would have said quarterback, check, right? A year ago from now, check. You got Bryce Underwood. You've got a 26 and a 27 recruit. Running back, you just got the number one recruit in the country. Wide receiver, you got a transfer portal guy. You got a handful, 3 or 4 top 150, top 200, 4-star wide receivers. So I won't say those positions at all. And then even offensive line, right? Michigan's been good in offensive line, but you saw maybe like the ranks getting a little thin. You added a 5-star and a 4-star, 2 top 50 players in last year's class. So looking forward, all right, think about what's in this class. I might say linebacker, right? If you look at the commits, I don't know if you want to go to this year's commits really quick, Jack, at the top guys, you're going to see quarterback, right? You're going to see running back. You're going to see a ton of guys on the edge. You're going to see a ton of offensive linemen. You're going to see several safeties. You're going to see cornerbacks. Do you see any linebackers here? Am I missing it? Do you see any linebackers? I don't see any linebackers. As you go to Hiter all the way to page 2, Andre Clark, safety, quarterback, tackle, tight end, cornerback, defensive line, safety, tackle. No linebackers in that top group. You've got every other position covered in this class. You go back last year, and you think about the 2 deep this year, okay? You're going to have your 2 confirmed starters in Hausman and Jayshon Barham. But after that, you've got Jimmy Roller going in his third year. You've got Cole Sullivan, who some said maybe a safety, but I think he's going to end up with linebackers. Maybe those guys are your starters next year. But this looks really thin going forward at this linebacker position. So I got to say linebacker. Michigan's got to make a splash there, or they might have some gaps in their talent base in the seasons to come. All right, Michigan's season opener is next Saturday on NBC, also streaming on Peacock, 7:30 Eastern against New Mexico under the lights in the Big House, which is a ruckus time. Jack, you got to go one time under the lights at the Big House. What's the first season opener that you remember, right? I remember Michigan plays and Michigan games before this, but for me, the first season opener I remember was 1995. I went to the game, possibly the hottest Michigan football game I've ever been to. It was over 100 degrees, was right down near the field. It was a kind of opposite corner end zone as Michigan was down 17 points, I believe, at halftime, and even going to the fourth quarter. Is there 17 or 16? And won by 1 point. Redshirt freshman Scott Dreisbach, last play of the game, back corner of the end zone, Mercury Hayes over his shoulder. Go look that up. Michigan beats Virginia with Tiki Barber, with Rondé Barber to start the year in the Pigskin Classic. Lloyd Carr's first game, Tom Brady's first game, Charles Woodson's first game, although Brady didn't play. I believe Woodson did play. That's the first one I remember, so let me know what the first Michigan football season opener that you guys remember. Mine, 1995. Edward Sanchez coming with the question. He says, I'm holding to this score prediction for the season opener. I think we did that, Jack. We've got our predictions, I believe, don't we? So I have got my score prediction. Michigan is facing New Mexico, the vaunted New Mexico. What are they, the Lobos? What's their, I don't even know. Lobos, yeah, that's what it is. 7:30 next Saturday. What a game. What a week. There's so many good games next weekend. It's unbelievable. You get things started off in big noon with Texas, Ohio State. I can't remember, like Notre Dame's got a huge game against like Miami. LSU's got a huge game, I think maybe against USC. It's just absolutely packed. Michigan's going to be one of the nightcappers, probably one of the least watched games on network TV, given that they're on NBC compared to all the other things that are going on. I'll be watching this game, of course. Michigan's favored by 36.5 points. My prediction for this game, I'm going to go with the under. Big time on the under, and I don't have Michigan covering just because we don't know what's coming out of this offense. I think the defense will dominate. I'm going 31-3 Michigan. Jack, your prediction.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the under here. I think it's going to be a relatively low-scoring game. I would assume that Underwood is going to be the starting quarterback. So first time as an 18-year-old in the Big House. I think they're going to win. I'm going to go 28-7. I think it's going to be a relatively low-scoring game. I really like the defense. Defense is going to be one of the best in college football. But I do think that bringing in Bryce Underwood, first time in the Big House, 18 years old, I would assume there's some hiccups. That's just what happens with a true freshman quarterback. So I'm going to go 28-7. That's what I'm rocking with. But, Michigan's got to get the win, though.
Jack,
so that's what I'm
true
going with.
words have not being spoken. So I agree with you 100%. I think it's going to be one where they're just trying to get out there with a win. On to Oklahoma, head out to Norman, a game I will be at. You still going?
I don't know yet. We've been looking at tickets. We're going to see. We're going to see what the.
If you want to ditch the girl and come with the Yoder fam, I'm not saying I'm paying for your ticket. Maybe I'll subsidize it a little bit, but we're getting 3. So if 4 is a better deal, you never know. Let me know. So I'm going, 31-3. Jack is saying 28-7 was yours. You guys can always follow me on Twitter. I've got Ohio State fans actually help me out. They don't like Buckeye Scoop at all. But, man, the Michigan State fans, Justin Spiro and his cronies, I like Spiro, the cronies, I don't know about. Help me fight the good fight. It's going to ramp up this season. It's going to be a bloodbath on Twitter this year. I can already tell. I'm at James Yoder. We'll put that in the live chat. It'll be down in the description and the comments of today's Michigan Football Report. Help me fight the good fight against the haters and losers of Michigan and Ohio State, Michigan State and Ohio State fans, and frankly, probably Tennessee fans after today's show. Mishman90 says, how will running back usage be divided up this season? Look, I don't have a ton of faith in Michigan's existing head coach and running back coach. I don't know what we're going to get from the offensive coordinator, Chip Lindsey, because he hasn't been there. This is his first year, but the last couple of years at North Carolina. But they didn't do a good job of it the last couple of years, right? You would have Blake Corum for like 20 carries, then all of a sudden you go to Diamond Edwards for 5 carries. Okay, Sherrone, what are we doing here? Then last year, it'd be like all Diamond Edwards and then all Kalel Mullings. And it'd be Diamond be starting for the first 7, 8, 9 games, then all of a sudden Kalel starting. It didn't feel like it was like, okay, he needs a breather. new guy, could never get into a rhythm. But I'm calling these guys, they might call themselves something different. We're calling them TNT, Thunder and Thunder, okay? Thunder and Thunder. I think both these players they can be elusive, but they can also lower that shoulder, give you one of those. Justice Haynes, Jordan Marshall. If I had to break down the carries, we can do percentages, we can do runs. I'm going to say at least we'll go to the first 5 games. A guy might emerge from there, but I'm going to say Marshall's going to get 15 to 17 carries the first 5 games. I think Justice Haynes can get 10 to 12 carries. And then I think running back 3, if it's a blowout 4, quarterback Bryce Underwood on designed runs, that's going to account for another 8 to 10. Now, if Michigan's blowing teams out early, then those others could be a lot more. But I think that's kind of how it's going to break down for the first 5-6 games. And then will a winner emerge? Will one of these guys be the true, toting the rock back? I'm not sure. We'll kind of see how that shakes out. What will shake out for you is this amazing Michigan football hoodie if you take advantage in this deal that we have cooked up for you guys. So we've got the Michigan football kind of coaches level hoodie. Not all the coaches will be wearing these, but a lot of the coaches will be wearing these 2 tones on the sidelines this year. They've got the blue with the maize sleeves, got the gray with the maize sleeves, and they've got the maize with the blue sleeves. The link is down in the comments and the description of today's Michigan Football Report. If you're watching live, it is in the live chat right now. Click on that bad boy, Michigan or chatsports.com/hoodie sale. Don't miss out because this bad boy is normally $85, Jack. Is that true? $85. It's only $39 right now. $39.99. Normally $85, only $39.99. $40 for this amazing Jordan brand 2-tone long sleeve hoodie. I love it. Next up, Avery Prods, who had some trouble with what is Michigan early on, but we'll get this one. What is Michigan's goal? So here's the first question for their record this year. I mean, I think the goal has got to be 13-0, win the Big Ten, and then see what happens from there. Now, what they believe is, I would say that the coaching staff, if they are sitting there in their hearts of heart, they're saying, all right, the first 6 games of the year, if we have the schedule, Jack, feel free to toss it up. First 6 games of the year, you've got some cupcakes, some games you expect to win, like New Mexico, but you've got road trips to 3 of the 8 or 9 blue bloods in all of college football. You've got a road trip to Oklahoma. A couple weeks later, after going home for Central, you got a road trip to Nebraska. Then you've got a bye. Then you go and you've got a road trip, Wisconsin home, a road trip out to L.A. for USC. So you've got 3 of the top 8 or 9 programs, pure blue. Sometimes people say Nebraska, maybe not. I think Nebraska's a blue bud. I bet Michigan coaching staff is saying, all right, let's get out of this first 6 games, that streak. Toss up after USC again if you can. I just want to kind of make sure I've got my vibes on that. I bet they're saying, let's get out of this 5-1 record. Right? Then they know the second half of the season. After that, you got Washington, you got Michigan State blowout. You got Ohio State towards the end of the year. If you get through that USC game, the 6th game of the year at 5-1, then you're looking like, all right, we can have another loss in this back half of the schedule, which is Purdue, although I think we got the wrong logo there, Northwestern at Wrigley Field, Maryland, and Ohio State. And if you get that gauntlet at 10-2 or better, which if you beat Oklahoma, I don't think there's any reason why you shouldn't think better is a possibility, then this is a college football playoff team at 10-2, maybe even 9-3, but for certainly 11-1 or better. So I think if you really you gave them truth serum, they'd be saying 5-1 those first 6 games, and then let's let things shake out as they may. Iceman Comp, one of our long-time super chatters, long-time viewers. Do you think the appeal will knock off Sherrone's one-game suspension for 2026? I bet it will, right? I bet there's they give you a little bit more expecting some sort of appeal. I bet Sherrone won't get that suspension. In a lot of ways, it's kind of a weird situation that Michigan's going over to Germany to play a game. They're not going to have their head coach. Seems random that they're going to have it the 3rd and 4th game of this year, the first game of a year from now. I feel like it's stretching it out. And if there's anything that the NCAA would give up, it'd probably be that versus the 20 and potentially up to $35 million that we've seen that this team could pay. I doubt they're going to really relent on the money unless it goes to arbitration or a court or something like that. But I would say the recruiting restrictions and the Sherrone Moore suspension are most likely what gets reduced. I would put it better than 50-50 odds. That Michigan does it. Tim Cunningham, he got a question. You can put that one on screen, Jack, after this. But how excited are you guys? I pull Tim's up. He says he sent it to Venmo, so I'm going to pull up the Venmo. He's got a question for us. I will just read off. How excited are you guys for the future of Michigan football? Scale of 1 to 10. Tim sent a $100 Venmo. $100 Venmo from Tim. Tim, as soon as we're done this segment, I'm going to chug a beer in just about 3 or 4 minutes. Tim has been coming in. He's been owning this place today. He says, chug that shoot. I will do that for you, Tim. You are the man. Tim Cunningham, he's got a $100 super chat. He sent in a $50 super chat, and he sent in a $50 and I think a $20 Venmo as well. So Tim is coming in $220. That is what? That's 20. It's 22 stickers on the helmet, Jack. And I am going to chug this beer. Thank you so much to Tim. You are getting your chug in just a couple of moments. Going to take this question from A-Train. Would you say that it could take some time to get the offense rolling this season, or they'll come out ready to go? I mean, I think it's going to take time, right? And that's no question about it. Bryce Underwood reportedly looked good in the last couple of scrimmages. The offensive line coming together. Andrew Babalola, I don't think he was going to start. That certainly hurts depth, or if you need to move the guys around, right? The last 2 years, Michigan's had 5 or 6 offensive linemen, 5 starters, and that 6th guy has come in and swapped out. They have not had a cohesive 5 guys the entire season for the last 2 years, including the national title run. So that certainly hurts the prospects. But with 2, maybe 3 returning offensive lineman stars, both running backs are new, from the starting position. Basically, outside of Samaj Morgan, you got new wide receivers with Donovan McCulley. I think it's going to take him 4, 5, 6 games. Hopefully, you kind of get some lightning in the bottle with some simplified running game, and Bryce Underwood in the first game, second game, third game, fourth game, throwing 16 to 20 times, just high percentage passes, and occasionally the deep pass to Donovan McCulley. Hopefully, he is a red zone threat as well. Timmy Manis says, Michigan would have picked Michigan if Michigan had got a – what's that? Oh, sorry, got it. Would Hiter have picked Michigan if Michigan would have got a postseason ban? No, he wouldn't have. No way. I don't think so. I wouldn't have, and I love Michigan. If my son was a high-level, high school senior and Michigan was looking at a postseason ban, maybe it was just a one-year thing. Maybe it's just his freshman year. Maybe. But if it was a multiple year, oh, man, freshman, sophomore year, no. And frankly, if Michigan got a 2-year postseason ban, which I don't think was ever really on the cards, but let's say they did, and they got 25 and 26, Bryce Underwood's freshman and sophomore year, I would have expected Underwood to transfer, even if it was, last Friday, even this past weekend, to go somewhere where they needed a quarterback, because you go to college to win. You go to college to play in things like the College Football Playoff, the Big Ten Championship game, to beat Ohio State again. And I would not have expected any high-level recruits to come, if it was multiple-year suspensions. Have you guys subscribed to our YouTube channel? Let me know by typing a Y or N in the comments. If you have not, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right below the video. It's always youtube.com/MichiganTV, but subscribing gives you notifications and puts our content in your YouTube feed when you launch the app more often. Thank you so much, everyone, who watched today's show, and always go blue. All right, that segment of Mailbag is going to go up on the channel on Wednesday. Tim Cunningham. What's that, Jack? Jack is going to go. He's going to take a quick break. While he does that, I'm going to read Tim's message, and I'm going to chug a beer. All right. Tim, I got your address. We're going to send you a bunch. He says, chug that shit. Oh, he says, I'm sorry, I didn't see this originally. What is your take for the spread on Michigan versus Oklahoma? Why are folks so high on the Oklahoma quarterback? I think the defense will carry the day. So John Mateer had a huge year. Go look at his stats. Go look at his highlights from Washington State last year. If he was just coming over as a quarterback transfer to Oklahoma, I might be like, let's see. But the reason I think people are so high on him, and are so high on him early, is the fact that he also brought his offensive coordinator, or vice versa. The offensive coordinator got hired, right? I think it was Seth Luttrell, the former North Texas coach, might have been the OC there last year, fired. They brought in the OC from Washington State, a higher-powered offense, a passing-first offense. Oklahoma's offense the last 2 or 3 seasons after Lincoln Riley has been a disaster. They bring in a top-tier passer. They bring in his offensive coordinator. He knows the system. It's all going to come down to whether Oklahoma's offensive line, which was decimated by transfers after last year, can live up to Michigan's, defensive prowess on that defensive line, and can these new wide receivers get in sync with him early on? Ohio State certainly couldn't do it last year, 13-10. Michigan wins in the shoe, so we will see. I think Michigan's going to win that game. Point spread, I saw it as Oklahoma being favored like 1.5 points, but I haven't checked in a couple weeks, so let's just check. Let's see if they've. Let's see if they got a new point spread as Jack is taking a quick break, and I'm going to chug this beer for our guy, Tim Cunningham. So as of a couple weeks ago, and I'm trying to refresh for the existing one. About 2 weeks ago, Oklahoma was a 2.5 point favorite with the over/under being 53.5. Always a little tip in life. You never know where these cans are. If rats were on them and something, always wipe the top off where you're going to drink. It could be disgusting. You put your mouth in that. All right, so same odds right now. Michigan is oh no, I take that back. Oh geez. Maybe I looked at that wrong. Michigan's actually a 2-point favorite, 2.5 point favorite now. By open a 2.5 point favorite, so I was mistaken there. Michigan is up to a 3.5 or a 4 point favorite on all the books right now. That is surprising. I have not checked recently, so I apologize for not being on top of that. That's pretty wild. I assume Michigan would be a 1 or 2 point underdog when things shook out. 52, 53, 54 points is what I'm seeing for the over-unders for this game. That's pretty wild. I did not think Michigan would be a 3.5 or a 4 point favorite. You see it, Jack? Michigan's now a 3.5 or 4 point favorite over Oklahoma. I would expect Oklahoma to be like a 1 point favorite just because of the Bryce Underwood, the freshman aspect of it. And we got a $10 super chat from our guy, Brad Bucherite. Brad, welcome back to the show. I think, Brad, if you're the guy, somebody super chat us, Jack, $10. It might be Brad. I've been kind of thinking about this, and we haven't done live shows. Brad, if it was you, if not, I'm going to send you one anyways. Someone super chatted for one of these after the national title game, that Tuesday after. And it got lost in the shuffle, and I never sent it. So, Brad, if it was you, which it might be, let me know. Either DM me on Twitter at James Yoder or Instagram, and we will get you one of those. I'm pretty sure we owe you one, but just never actually sent it in the hullabaloo of the national title and what happened after that. All right, full beer. I took a little sip. Whoa, there's a little spill there. I'm going to take this, Jack. If you want to tell the people to have me chug, I'm going to put Brad's up there. Brad was a Bosa. I'm chugging this one for Tim Cunningham, our MVP of today's show, who, by the way, just toss up those the true fans, Jack. He's winning that bad boy. All right.
Spam those chugs, folks. Let's go. Spam those chugs. I'm going to pull up the top fans here in a second. We're going to see who the top fan on today's video is. Wow. Impressive. The top fan, of course, is Tim Cunningham. By far, too. 3,825 XP.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. It feels good. It's a little warm. It's been sitting there for about 20 or 30 minutes since the fellas brought one in a little bit ago. A little wet, a little condensation on my desk. A-Train says, Chug. 3 Millicy says, Chug. Thank you guys so much. Tim Cunningham, our number one fan today. Tim, we're going to send you a little gift package. We're going to send you quite a few things. A bunch of these pom-poms. Might toss in a Chat Sports hat or two, given how, how much he contributed to today's show. Brad Bosa, Brad messaged me. I'm pretty sure we owe you one of these that we didn't send, so I'll blame myself, the shipping department. But I could not remember, and as you sent that, I'm like, I think it might have been Brad, but if it wasn't, I'll send you one anyways. Just give me your address for that super chat and your long time support of the show. We're going to stay live for about 5 more minutes or so. If you have a question on the show, super chat $5, $10 will get you a sticker on the new helmet. Jack, make sure we're tracking those. Brad's on there on the first helmet, which we will debut on next week's live going into week 1. Michigan playing next Saturday against New Mexico on NBC under the lights at the Big House, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. $20 Venmo gets you a Michigan football national championship pom-pom. We've got a couple bags of them. Jack and I walked around the stadium in Houston, NRG Stadium, after the game and picked them up. And we're not trying to make a lot of money on them, but there's a limited supply. I can't just give them away to everybody. And, it costs us $6, $7 to ship them. So you're supporting the show, doing it Venmo so we can get your address because it's impossible to do via YouTube. So go ahead and Venmo $20 if you want a Michigan National Championship Super Chat or pom-pom. Timothy Cunningham, Cody Reed, Brent Hubner, James Johnson, and Neely Metcalf. Travis and Tevis and TJ Metcalf's mother have contributed for $20 Super Chats for a Michigan Football National Championship pom-pom. Savion Hiter committed to Michigan. Best running back in Michigan football history. The old heads, the guys, in their 60s, 70s and older, they're going to say you'll be Jamie Morris, who Jack doesn't even know who that is, right? Great running back at the 80s, Harbaugh's tag team partner. So other folks might say, hey, what about Tyrone Wheatley? Maybe the most talented, maybe the most dynamic, but injury-ridden, is the Heisman favorite back-to-back years in 93, 94, but was always riddled with injuries. You might say Anthony Thomas, right? Michigan starting running back for a majority of 4 years, a freshman freshman on that 97 team all the way to 2000. For a while, led Michigan a lot of stats. You get that Chris Perry, right? Won the Doak Walker Award, but really was more of a 1 or 2 year guy. Didn't have like a 3 or 4 year starting career like the guy who was after him. Mike Hart, 4-year starter. Injury-ridden second year in 05, injuries in 07, but that 04 and 06 year were some of the best we've ever seen from a Michigan football player, both from running stats, touchdowns, etc. Going forward, Michigan then kind of went into the abyss of running backs. You just kind of had guys who were like 1 year flash in the pans. You kind of had a Karan Higdon under Jim Harbaugh. You had other guys under Rich Rod that just really didn't shake out. Michigan went into a decade abyss of not having high-quality running backs or wide receivers. And then you kind of shake things out with my pick, which is, of course, Blake Corum. He's got the Michigan touchdown record. He's 25-0 as a starter, 2-year starter, three-time Big Ten champion, 2 as a starter, and 3 state college football playoff appearances. And frankly, I think he's not only the best running back in Michigan football history, I would say he's a top 4 player in Michigan football history, maybe top 5 player in all of this program. So let me know who you guys think from the live chat. Anthony Thomas from A-Train1332. Of course it is. Blake Corum from Iceman Comp. If you guys have yet to do so, we have gained about 60 or so subscribers on today's show. Thank you for getting us over 35,000 subscribers. Michigan Football Report. We have been the most watched show on TV, radio, YouTube, podcast, anywhere you can get a show. 3 of the last 4 years. We didn't do it in 2024, but 2025, we are going to make a roaring comeback, I think is what Jack was telling me earlier. He says, we are so back, it is not even funny. Jamie Harris says Blake as well. Subscribe to the channel, 35,032. We're going to wrap up in about 2 or 3 minutes. Before we do, you can Venmo $20 if you want a championship pom-pom. I thought I just saw one come in. I did not. That was not for this, for something else. Yep, there we go. If you want a shout out, type me. I'm going to put the Venmo in the live chat one more time. If anyone wants to get a championship game pom-pom, official from the game, not a replica, not something we bought afterwards, from the game, go ahead and Venmo me $20. I will get your address, and we'll ship those off. You'll have it by the Michigan season opener. Type me if you want a shout out. Tim Cunningham says, Timonga Biakbatuka. I forgot about Biakbatuka in there. I should have said that. 1995, had a great season, 1,800-plus yards rushing, 313 yards rushing, Jack, against Ohio State in 1995 at home. Michigan upset the number 2, they're always number 2, Ohio State Buckeyes that year. Big time upset in Charles Woodson's freshman year, in which he had 2 interceptions against Ohio State as a true freshman. Biakbatuka as a junior, 313 yards, went on to declare for the NFL draft. So 1 year as a starter after being Wheatley's backup for a couple seasons, was the number 8 pick in the draft to the Carolina Panthers. Type me if you want to shout out. Iceman Comp says Haskins. I love Fasad Haskins, one of my top 5 players of all time, but didn't necessarily have enough of a career, really that one season, which was amazing, but probably need to put together 2 or 3 more seasons like that to kind of rank up with some of these other guys. Type me if you want to shout out. We're about 60 seconds until we're going to wrap up today's Michigan Football Report. I know you guys are kind of on a time delay. I've noticed some of the chugs have come in about 30 seconds after we are done. Red Stedman says Grady. I'm guessing it's what's his name, Kevin Grady. But Heston, I'm not sure if I know Heston. It might be before my time. I've heard the name. Willie Heston, yes, okay. Way back in around the turn of the century. He played Michigan 1901 to 1904, Jack. Willie Heston. But Kevin Grady never really shook out as much as he was a big-time recruit. His brother Kelvin, who came in as a wide receiver, played basketball for a couple of years, played football, played basketball, but was in the football team for a couple of years as a wide receiver. Probably had a better career than his brother, who was the number 1 running back and number 2 running back in the country in, I believe, the 2005 class. Jake Lavaki says, me. About 20 more seconds of me's, and we will wrap up the show. I know you guys are on a slight delay. Anyone wants to shout out, type me in the comments. If you are just tuning in, Savion Hiter, the number 1 running back in the country. Some are calling him a 7-star running back. I saw one recruiting service said 7-star running back. Some people have called him Adrian Peterson's reincarnated son of the future without the whipping of the sticks and the switches, is a Michigan Wolverine, is committed to be a Michigan Wolverine. Venmo is not working. Can I give info on X? That's fine. So that is fine if you want. IDR, it's at James Yoder. I'm going to put it in the live chat. You want to send me a DM right now. Just mention your YouTube name as well. I put my Twitter name in the live chat. Thank you very much for the $2 super chat. We'll get you a pom pom as well. Just send me your information, your mailing address in the message on X. I'll check that in a moment. All right, for Young Harbaugh, Jack Latteray, I am pom pom James Yoder. We've got a national championship trophy, and Michigan has the number 1 running back in the 2026 class, Savion Hiter. Till we see you guys next week, Jack. I'm re-energized. We're doing a live show next week. Live show next week. Ready for it? Live show next week. Probably Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Till then, go blue.